believes I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. Good morning, good day. How are you? Man, I don't even know what direction to go with this podcast because I've just got so many things crashing around and bouncing off each other in my brain. My mind is a mess. It has too many things going on, and my stomach is the poor innocent bystander of it all because I've been having stomach issues because I'm just so anxiety ridden and upset. I'm not sleeping and I don't even know. My brain is just going so many different directions. I hate this. I don't wish this on anyone. I really don't. When you have anxiety and depression, it just takes over your entire life. It engulfs it like a fire and it consumes you like a fire. And I just don't know how to get myself out of it. I will for a while. I get happy and I try and I just kind of keep focusing on the positive, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. I have to stop and take a breath so that I can kind of recenter myself. I've been focusing on the good. I've been trying to go outside and all of that. I just but oh, my cat is just being ridiculous. The fires in California are stressing me out because of the animals. I'm worried about the animals. I'm not saying I'm not worried about the people. Of course, I'm worried about the people, but a lot of times people just leave their animals behind because they're in a hurry. And all these pictures of these animals that are just sitting there hoping they don't die and hoping that their owners can get them, which they can't because where are they going to put horses and stuff? Where are they going to put dogs? Our shelters are overran right now. I am such an animal advocate and I want to open up my own animal rescue and be able to do my part to help or at least foster animals so that I can do my part before, have foster animals so that I can at least help with that so that they're not in shelters and that shelters have more room to take in dogs and cats and horses and just animals that need a home. I urge everybody to please donate to the Humane Society. It's a good one. If you get online, it's just called the Humane Society, and it's for all of America. So it'll help with the animals displaced during Hurricane Helene. It helps with the animals that are displaced in California. Or donate to your local animal shelters. I do that too. I donate to 2 different local animal shelters. I also donate to one in Texas, one in Louisiana, and I donate to the Humane Society, which takes over all of America. So I'd rather eat top ramen and not have a lot if it helps animals. So yeah, there's 4 different animal shelters that I donate to. So I urge everybody to help in any way you can, whether it's to help people or help animals, and help with those that are affected by the hurricane, and all these freezing cold temperatures and the ice. Now we've got FEMA that has decided that these people that are in shelters, oh yeah, they're going to kick them out during an ice storm. FEMA is actually going to kick out people that are affected by the ice storm in the southeastern part of our country and those that were affected by the hurricane, and they're going to kick them out. So I'm not really sure what FEMA is good for. I'm not really sure why all of our money went to other things. But now Biden has promised to help 100% with the California fires. He's going to give 100% reimbursement, apparently. Excuse me? Excuse me? So for California, you're going to offer all the help in the world and you're going to offer 100% reimbursement. But to those affected by Hurricane Helene and now the freezing ice storms, you're not doing anything. You're just forgetting about them. They're just sitting over there still trying to figure out what they're going to do, where they're going to go. I'm just boggled by this. This is another example of the Biden administration completely ignoring all the red states. If you're a red state, the Democrats don't give a shit about you. They don't care if you're freezing. They don't care if you're homeless. They don't care if you're displaced. They don't care if you have clothes or shelter. They don't care if you have food. They just don't care. They have you sitting over there not giving you. They even admitted that FEMA was told not to help Trump supporters. They were told that. I wonder if the same thing's happening in California. If there are any Trump supporters, I think there are. They're just not going to admit it. Now, listen, those in Pacific Palisades had a ton of money. That doesn't mean that it's not a tragedy. That doesn't mean it's not sad. And that doesn't mean that I don't feel bad for them and that my heart doesn't go out to them. But I do have to say, most of these people have plenty of money to start over, even if it's not a $15 million mansion. You can get a house. You can stay at a hotel. You have hotels to stay at. You can get a house to stay at. You probably have more than one house, more than one home. So I'm not saying that that it's not a tragic thing that you lost your house. It's still sad, even if you're rich, even if you have a ton of money. Losing your home is sad for anybody. And I know not everybody had a ton of money. And I know that it sounds like State Farm canceled a bunch of policies. And trying to get onto another insurance company in California, which has wildfires every year, trying to get onto another insurance company to insure your home is probably impossible. It's probably incredibly difficult because all the other insurance companies know that fire season is starting. And they're not going to want to open up a brand new fire policy knowing it's in the middle of fire season. Now, granted, January shouldn't be fire season, but this happened apparently a few months ago. Now, why would they do that? Where does all of that money go that people paid into State Farm? I don't know enough about it, so I'm genuinely asking. All of those people that had insurance companies and had fire insurance and had been paying fire insurance for months or years and years, every year they paid however much money. I'm sure in California it's a fortune. I'm sure it is an absolute huge chunk of change that you have to pay every month for fire insurance in California. So these people have been shelling out money every month for fire insurance. And then all of a sudden they're told, oh, by the way, all that money that you've given us, it's just ours now. We're thieves. We're stealing it. We're taking it. And then we're canceling your policy. So now you have nothing to cover what you just lost. I think that Miley Cyrus, I think this is the second home she has lost, because she lost the first one a couple of years back and when Malibu burnt down, and now I believe she's lost her second home. That sucks. I don't care that she's Miley Cyrus and she has a ton of money. That's hard. To lose not one, but two homes. That's devastating. There's people that, may not have had fire insurance. All I'm saying, and that's horrible. And those companies should be sued, because where does that money go? Where did all of that money go that people gave them? That thousands of people have given them every single month. Where does that money go since they're canceling their policies? I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you could only cancel someone's policy for like non-payment, or maybe if you're going out of business. I hope that State Farm loses a ton of customers. Shame on you, State Farm. Shame on you. What a piece of shit move. Insurance companies are pieces of shit. Insurance companies should burn down and have to be sitting there at a loss with nothing to do whatsoever and not have anybody help them out, and then have them be in that position. I know the people that work for State Farm, it's not their fault. It's not the fault of those that are employed by State Farm. But shame on you. These people have forked over money every month and you're going to cancel. And now what are they supposed to do? So my heart goes out to them, even though, they have a lot of money. But I'm not as heartbroken because most of them, not all, but most of them can afford and already are staying at the Regent Beverly Wilshire, staying at these high-end hotels. It's hard to feel sorry for someone when you immediately have a nice place to stay, or when you have a second home, or when you have enough money to build a new home. Maybe you can't build a gigantic mansion. Who cares? You don't need a gigantic mansion. That's just for your own self-glory, your own, your own ego. But you don't need it. You can survive in a, 500 square foot home. You don't have to have a mansion. But my heart goes out to those that don't actually have a second home and don't actually have the money to rebuild. And those that are affected by Hurricane Helene that are still waiting for, let's see, today is I don't even know what date it is, the 15th. Today is January 15th. And those that are affected by Hurricane Helene still are suffering and have nowhere to go. And then FEMA's about ready to kick everybody out. Where the hell are they supposed to go once that happens? During freezing cold weather. I just don't understand this government. I do not understand this government. California fires could have been prevented, and it sounds like from what I'm hearing, I don't know this for sure, so I'm not going to get in trouble for giving misinformation, but from what I've been gathering, these fires started from illegal aliens. Fucking illegal aliens from fucking Mexico coming on in, or from all these different countries coming in, criminals, terrorists, rapists, murderers, sex traffickers, druggies, drug traffickers. The Biden administration refused to close the wall. They still refuse to close the wall. In fact, they're just going to take apart the wall, dismantle the wall that we paid for. So now they're making it impossible for Trump to be able to do his job. And that was exactly what they wanted. They wanted to sacrifice America's people. They wanted to sacrifice the citizens of this country just for the sole purpose of making Trump's administration start out on the most difficult note as possible, just like they did when he was in office in 2020, or excuse me, in 2016. They just love to destroy and kill. They're killers. The Biden administration are a bunch of murderers and sadistic fucks. Every single fucking person on the Biden in the Biden administration are a bunch of murdering, soulless, insane people. They have no soul and they deserve to go straight to hell. I hope they all go to hell. Nancy Pelosi's on her last leg, kick her to hell. Biden on his last leg, straight to hell. It's like that movie with I forgot everybody's name because I can't stand Hollywood and I don't remember fucking pieces of shit names. They did the movie where California basically was, I think it's called This Is the End. Yes, This Is the End. And it's basically like Armageddon, and the good people get sucked up to heaven and the bad people stay in California to be swallowed up. And I don't know. I know that there are a lot of good people in California. There are a lot of people in California that don't agree with how the Biden administration has conducted themselves. There are people in California that may be Democrats, may be leftists, but they don't believe in destroying things. They don't believe in bullying people and threatening people. Maybe they still think that Biden and Harris are wonderful and great. Maybe they still love Gavin Newsom, but they're not out there participating in all of the nonsense. But those that are, those that have sat here for 8 years harassing and bullying and trying to take away our constitutional rights, trying to take away our freedom, trying to censor us, trying to spread misinformation so that the American people do not have correct information to make choices, to make decisions. We didn't have correct information. We didn't have information to be able to make decisions, to make the right decisions. We just got a bunch of lies after lie after lie after lie after lie. Censorship, censorship, censorship. And Mark Zuckerberg, fuck you. I think your perm has, those curls are so tight that it has made your brain not work. It's like suffocated your brain or something. Those curls have like made it where there's no oxygen to your brain. No one gives a shit that you're suddenly all of a sudden pro America now. Great. Kind of, a million years too late. I don't know how long I don't know how long Facebook has been in existence. It's been a long time. But he's always kind of allowed things to the Republican Party. He's always kind of swept them under the rug. And then it got worse and worse and worse. And then over 2020, it really got bad. And he censored the crap. And he's like, oh, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't me. It was the government. The government made me do it. You're a private fucking company. Go fuck yourself. The government didn't make you do shit. You're just a little follower because you're an insecure little bitch. You're an insecure little bitch that just wants to be cool and popular. And whatever is cool and popular at the time, that's what you jump on. So fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. People are like, well, Courtney, isn't it good that he finally saw the light? Isn't it good that he's finally not censoring? Great. That is great. Fan-fucking-tastic for him. But that doesn't really do a lot of good when the 4 years that we really needed facts and information that was real and true and honest to get out so that the American people, so that the public could know what's going on and know how to prepare and know how to what to do over COVID and stuff. That's when we needed to have facts. And when Kamala and Biden were running for president for 2025, when they were running for president for 2025, and all Facebook did and TikTok and a lot of these companies did is censor facts. So people didn't understand that Trump was not a Nazi. so that people didn't sit here and hear all of these lies about Trump and then decide that they didn't want to vote for him because of the lies that were spread and because of the censorship done by Facebook. It's a little too late now. He already allowed a bunch of information to get out there that was false, and people believed it, and people acted upon false information. And that's not okay. I don't give a flying shit that he has finally decided to be a big boy and not hide in a corner like a little bitch. I just look at him and I'm like, wow, I just want to, all you have to do is just barely push on him and he'll fall over. He's just a scared little baby. And for him, I mean, the way that Facebook even came about, we all know he stole it. He stole it like a little bitch. He's just a little bitch. And I'm not going to stop saying little bitch. Mark Zuckerberg, you're a little bitch. You're an ugly little bitch whose perm looks like a Q-tip and you look fucking ridiculous. You look like a pubic hair. You're a skinny, weak, insecure little pubic hair. And I feel like I'm a wild animal in like the out in the kingdom, out in the wild, because for some reason, all I want to do with Mark Zuckerberg is prey upon him. I feel like I'm a gigantic cat, like a cougar or a cheetah, and he's this little mouse that I just want to play with. He brings out this prey drive in me. I don't feel sorry for him. Sometimes I feel sorry for insecure people, and I'm like, wow, that's sad that you're insecure. I wish that you weren't. I wish that you were strong, and I wish that you had confidence. With Mark Zuckerberg, I'm like, I just want to fucking eat you. You're just like Darwin. Like, I hate weak people like that. I can't stand weak people like that. I just hate it. I don't like people that have absolutely no backbone and no spine whatsoever. My God, people need to take a stand. I'm sick and tired of people just sitting there and allowing others to walk all over them. I get it. I've done it. I understand that sometimes people are scary and intimidating. I get that there are people out there that have power and money and can absolutely annihilate your life if you don't bow down to them. That's a different story. I'm not one to bow down regardless. I'm one that if I know that I'm right, if I know that I'm doing something that is correct and right, I'm not going to back down. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care how much money you are. I don't care who you are. I'm still going to say, no, this is wrong. Don't fucking talk to me that way. Don't tell me what to do. No, I don't bow down. Now, if it's something that, say my boss is telling me something that I have to do and I don't want to, but it's not going to hurt anybody, it's not going to, hurt anybody, then yes, okay, I'll be like, God, I don't want to do this and this is bullshit, but it's my job, so fine. That's different. But for Mark Zuckerberg to sit there and be like, oh, you want me to censor? Okay, I'll censor. No, you don't have to. You're a private company. You can tell them no. If you know it's wrong, tell them no. That kind of shit is just weak to me. And that's when I think that Darwin should take over. I'm sorry, but I do. People with that mentality that are just these little followers that are like, I'll do whatever everybody's doing right now, whatever everybody's doing, and contribute really nothing to society, because Facebook didn't contribute anything to society. We don't have to have Facebook. Is it great to be able to communicate with your loved ones that live in different countries or whatever? Is it great to be, as a tool, to be able to communicate with friends and loved ones that don't live near you? Yes. Is it a necessity? No. And whoever is still on TikTok, annoying. I don't get companies that, I know TikTok's out of China or Korea, not Korea, China or wherever the fuck, but I don't use it anymore. I'm not on Facebook. I'm on Facebook once in a while for my ramblings of an insomniac. But I try to stay off of it because I don't want to give him I don't want to give Mark Zuckerberg any money, I don't want to support him. But 5 more days. And in 5 days, it's not like the world is suddenly going to change. I think that unfortunately, some people are under the delusion that in 5 days, suddenly all the fires are going to stop. Suddenly all of the ice is going to melt, and suddenly all the people from Hurricane Helene are going to have shelter and their homes are going to be rebuilt. That's not what's going to happen. 4 years is not a lot of time to undo 8 years of shit. Well, to undo 4 years of shit. Because the 4 years of chaos and destruction that the Biden administration has caused is going to take a lot more than 4 years to undo. And some of it can't be undone. A lot of it cannot be undone. He just fucked up things beyond all recognition. FUBAR. Remember FUBAR? So I'm trying so hard to just keep my brain in a positive state. I'm trying to look at the positive. I'm trying to think of solutions and not wallow in the problem. I'm trying to control what I can and let go of the things that I can't. But it's hard because so many people around me are so deeply depressed and going through it. And I'm such an empath, I feel it all. And I'm not trying to sound like a hippie, but I do believe in empathy. I mean, empathy is a thing. It's not something to believe in. It's an actual thing. And I am incredibly highly sensitive to people's emotions. And seeing all this destruction around me is killing me. I hate seeing pictures of these animals displaced. I hate seeing pictures of people displaced. I just donated $200 to the Humane Society. And like I said, I already donate every monthly to different shelters across the United States. I urge everybody to please do what you can, even if it's $1 a month. Even if it's $1 a month. My heart is just breaking for all of these people, and it makes me say, God, I am so blessed. I'm so blessed. And I hate that there's all these people that are just standing there having to watch as their homes have been destroyed, and then they just sit there and nobody is helping them. All of our resources have gone to Ukraine and to other countries, and that's bullshit. And what pisses me off the most is America helps out all of these other countries, and they still don't like us. Like, fuck you, France. Seriously, I'm so fucking tired of France and the UK and Canada talking smack about America, yet all three of you little teeny tiny countries, well, Canada's not tiny, but these little countries that sit there and do nothing but talk about how shitty Americans are and treat Americans like shit. I've been to France. They treat everybody like garbage when you go there. I have a million friends that have lived there. They treat Americans like shit. They don't like us. But boy, you know what they do like? They like our money. They like our military because they're a bunch of piddly little people that can't defend themselves and start a bunch of shit and act like a bunch of dickholes. And then when they go around acting like a bunch of dickholes and start shit with other countries, then they are like, oh, crap. Oh, man. And then they run like little bitches like Mark Zuckerberg and run to America. And they're like, America, America, we need your help. We need your help to protect us because we started shit. They're like the little chihuahuas that start shit with like a mastiff. And they go around constantly, yap, 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 yap. And then when the big dog is constantly like, hey, dude, leave me alone. Hey, dude, leave me alone. Hey, dude, leave me alone. And then finally the big dog is like, go fuck yourself. That's what these countries do. That's what France does. That's what Germany does. That's what the UK does. And it's annoying because they all talk smack about us, and Canada talks smack about us all the fucking time. And I'm really goddamn tired of it. You're not a better country than us. All of those countries are worse than America right now. So go fuck yourself. Don't sit there and talk about how great your country is when it isn't. It has a shit ton of problems, and you guys rely on us. And if it weren't for America, your countries would suck even worse. Again, I'm not talking about the people in France. I have a lot of people that listen to my podcast that are from Germany and France and Canada. I'm not talking about the people, the citizens there. I'm talking about the citizens that live there that support their government. If you live in Canada and you support Justin Trudeau, go fuck yourself. Seriously. I don't care if you listen to my podcast or not. If you support Justin Trudeau, you're a moron. Plain and simple. If you live in France and Germany and you think your country and how it's ran is great, or you live in Australia and you think that your country is fantastic and America sucks, go fuck yourself. I mean, it's great to love your country. That's great. If you want to love your country, I get that, because right now America sucks. But I still love my country because I believe in America. So if you live in a shit country with shit government and you still love it, great. That's wonderful. That's patriotism and that's awesome. But if you support the government that is making your country shitty, go fuck yourself. And if you hate America, go fuck yourself. Don't come here then. Don't rely on us then. Don't ask us for our money. Don't ask us for our help. And don't come visit. Sure, we need money for tourism. Sure. But America can survive without Canada. Canada can't survive without us. America can survive without the UK and without France and without Germany. And you can't really do a whole lot without us in the grand scheme of life. Sure, you can get along. But the minute that you need military, the minute that there's a war, you do need us. And we do not need you. So stop acting like you're so fucking great, France. Again, I'm not talking about all the people that live there. I have a lot of listeners from France. I'm talking about those that hate America. I'm talking about those that think that their government from those countries that are not doing well think that they're so much better. And those that are hypocrites and talk about how shitty we are until they need something from us. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of open borders and having people come to this country only to tell us how we should run our country the way that their country that they just fled from does. Then why the fuck did you leave your country then? If your country is so goddamn amazing, then why did you leave it? Don't come to this country and expect us to treat you like you got treated in the Middle East or like you got treated in Australia. Don't come here acting like we need to be the next Australia or the next Iran or the next Canada or whatever. We're not Canada. We're not France. We're not Germany. We're not Norway. We're not Sweden. We're not any other country. We are America. And if you willingly come here, if you come here on purpose, then you came to America because you like how America is ran, not because you came to America so that it can be like the country that you just left. You left your country for a reason. There's a reason you left. And I'm getting really sick and tired of this whole DEI crap. Because if I go to Hong Kong, if I go to China, if I go to Japan, am I going to bitch that there's too many Asians there? Am I going to be like, wow, there are a lot of Asians here? What I'm not seeing are a lot of Germans. There aren't enough Germans or Native Americans represented in Hong Kong. And so if I make a movie in Hong Kong, if I make a movie in Germany, if I make a movie in China, there better be the same amount of Americans in there as there are Asian people. Or as there are Germans. No, that's not how it works because I'm in fucking Germany. So there's going to be more Germans. If I am in China, there's going to be more Chinese people than there are Americans because they're in China. So I don't understand this whole it's not like out in the real world when you're walking around on the streets, there's the perfect amount of gay people, the perfect amount of brown-haired people, the perfect amount of blue-eyed people, the perfect amount of white-skinned people and brown-skinned people and females and males and transgender people walking around it. Am I supposed to like get off the sidewalk if there's too many white people to make room for another black person? Like the logic in that is fucking idiotic. I'm just tired. I'm tired of stupidity. I'm not going to walk down the street and look around and be like, wow, there are not enough Native Americans around. We need to like import some Native Americans. That's not how it works. If I'm in Australia, there's going to be a lot of Australians, more Australians than Americans. So if I do a movie, someone's car alarm's going off. That's lovely. If I do a movie in Australia, I'm not going to expect there to be the exact same amount of black people, white people, males, females, Native Americans, Asians, Hispanics. That is not how it fucking works. Yet America, however, because we're a melting pot, because we are the most diverse fucking country, somehow we are expected, excuse me, excuse me, somehow we are expected to have just the exact right amount of people at all times, everywhere, no matter where we are. It's ridiculous. I'm tired of people hating on America. I really am. Go fuck yourself. Don't move here. We don't want you here. And by the way, California, I just need you to know this. When you are driving your car in Oregon, we hate you. If we're behind you and we see that you have California plates, just know that we're cussing you, we're cussing at you, we're flipping you off. And the other day I was headed north and I see a bunch of California plates in front of me. I saw a million of them. And I'm like, why the fuck are you headed north? Head south. Go back to your fucking state. Turn around, head south, and go back to your own piece of shit state. Clearly, Mother Nature has been trying really hard to get rid of California because all that it has is wildfires and earthquakes and shit all the time. And so clearly, Mother Nature is like, wow, let's just start over. But I don't want to say that because I don't want the people in California. It's not fair to them that Gavin Newsom is such a piece of shit. But then I'm like, but actually it is because they're the ones that wanted all of this. Maybe if they didn't defund their police, and maybe if they didn't defund their fire department, and maybe if they didn't put all of their money into transgender issues and mutilating children and focusing all their attention on putting porn into schools, maybe they would have money to fight these fires. Maybe if they didn't deplete their reservoirs. Now, this is a time of tragedy, and putting blame doesn't make things better, but it is nice to know why these things started so that those people can be held accountable. And why this started was the Biden administration and letting all these illegal aliens come in, because illegal aliens are the ones that started these fires. They were started by an arson. They were started by arsonists. I don't know how do you say it, but they were started by human, not by a bolt of lightning, not by Mother Nature, by a human. And that human came from another country and tootled on across the border and decided to annihilate it. All because California thinks that if you lock your doors, that that's a bad thing. All these people that are for open borders sure do lock their doors at night. They put up fences, they put up security, they have bodyguards, they lock their windows. And yet, you're not only going to allow people across the border, but you're going to sell parts of the wall and make the American people have to buy it back again. And then We have all of these tragedies going on across America right now, just in time for Trump to get into office so that he has a gigantic shit show to clean up. There's not a pooper scooper big enough. We would need an elephant-sized pooper scooper and about 1 billion of them to clean up the shit show that is the Biden administration, that is the leftist. The left, I need to say this over and over again. If you are in support of the Biden administration and you think that Kamala and Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom have done a great job, you have blood on your hands and you are a murderer. You helped participate in killing my mom and thousands of people since 2020. You are a murderer and you deserve karma. And if your house was destroyed in a fire and you were the one that supported Gavin Newsom, I'm sorry. I do not feel sorry for you. Not even a little bit. I don't care if that makes people hate me. I don't care if that makes me sound like I'm a terrible person. You are a terrible person, and that is called karma. Maybe now you will understand what the people in Hurricane Helene have gone through. You know, the ones that you were 100% pro not getting any help for because they were in support of Trump, and you were totally okay with those that were in support of Trump not getting any help, and you were pro them being left homeless. Now, if you're homeless, that's called karma, bitch, and I am loving every minute of it. I hope you're standing there in just as much despair with your jaw down to the floor going, what the fuck just happened? The way that the poor people and the poor victims of the hurricane did. And you didn't feel sorry for them. You didn't care. You wanted it to happen. So if justice ended up happening to you, good. That's called justice. That's exactly that. That's called karma. That's called the world righting itself. All of those that ended up having their homes burn that were in support of FEMA ignoring those that were Trump supporters, I do not give a flying shit that you lost your home. I care if you lost an animal, an innocent animal, but I don't care about you. Not even a little bit. Now, those of you that lost their home that aren't a piece of shit, I'm sorry. That is awful. And my heart genuinely goes out to you. Those of you, and I'm not talking about, and if a Republican was wishing tragedy on a Democrat, that's equally as bad. I don't think anybody should wish tragedy. Well, I guess I just did. I guess I just wished tragedy. I didn't wish tragedy on people. That's not what I did. I didn't wish it. I didn't hope it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't go, hey, I hope that all of those that supported Biden and all of their shenanigans, I hope that their homes get burned in a fire. I didn't say that. I didn't want that. That's not what I wished. I don't wish harm on people. But I'm saying if it did happen, if these things happened to you after you just got done saying how these people that were hit by the hurricane, if they were Trump supporters, how you didn't care about them, if you then turned around and lost your home in a fire, I'm saying in that situation, I don't feel sorry for you at all. And I say that's amazing that that happened to you. And I'm glad that that happened to you, because maybe next time you should shut your fucking mouth. Maybe next time you shouldn't wish bad things on others. Maybe you should just be like, you know what? I don't believe in what they believe in. I don't support what they support. I have a different point of view than that person, but I'm not going to wish harm upon that person because of it. I'm just going to disagree with them. I may argue with them. I may yell at them. I may think that they're a piece of crap. I may call them a piece of crap, but I'm not going to wish that their home is taken away by a hurricane or taken away by a fire. I'm not going to wish death or harm upon them. But those that did, super glad that you lost your home. I don't feel bad saying that. And maybe karma will bite me in the butt. But again, I'm not wishing that those things happened to people. I'm just saying if they happened to you after you had just got done hoping and wishing and not caring at all that they happened to somebody else, then I don't care about you. Sorry, I don't. That's just the world righting itself. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of all of the hate in the world. I'm tired of all of the I just remember when 9/11 happened, everybody came together. No one gave a crap what color of skin you were, what sexual orientation you were, what political point of view you had. No one cared. We just came together and were against one person, and we rallied. We stood by each other as we the people. We had our rally cry, and we were ready to fight the bad guys together. We united. And then we have people right now, since 2020, that want nothing but negative, bad, destruction, evil, constant negativity. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with your brain when all you want is just to destroy everything good? To just go around constantly pissed off every moment of every second of every day and just looking and searching for something to be pissed off about. It's starting to consume me. I'm finding it harder and harder to be happy, and I'm trying very hard. But when you already struggle with depression, and you already struggle with anxiety, and you already have a million things going on in your life that are bad, and you're just sitting here trying to survive and barely getting by, and you're not sleeping, and you're having to work a ton, and you're trying to take care of your own family who has their own stuff going on, it's hard. It's very hard to get up every day and be like, okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to focus on what I can. I'm going to control what I can. I'm going to find the solutions. It's harder and harder when everything around you is so negative and people are so negative and people are just searching for the bad and looking for things to bitch about. We have a lot of things going on to bitch about, that's for sure. But they're still good, and we could rally together and find a solution. We could rally together and help each other out and make it a lot less difficult. If we do things together, it's a lot easier. If we have help, it's a lot easier to get shit done and to change things and to fix things. I don't know. But for Gavin Newsom to sit there so smugly, he's such a smug little fuck. He and Justin Trudeau are just these smug, arrogant little fucks. And of course, they're unaffected by anything that they do. I'm so glad Justin Trudeau stepped down. I'm sure that most of Canada is too. I'm just heartbroken by all the tragedy going on in the world. And I'm pissed that all of our money has been laundered by the Biden administration and given to the fucking Ukraine, given to Ukraine. Again, I'm not saying the people in Ukraine are bad. I'm not saying they don't deserve help, but I think that every country has issues, and I don't think that every country is as bad as people. Well, there are countries that are bad, of course, but I am disgusted by the leaders of certain countries and that the poor people that live in those countries have to sit there and deal with these monsters. It's not fair to the people living there. Now, if you voted in the monsters that are in charge of your country, that's kind of your fault. That's why it's important to get involved. Stop voting for monsters. But California has just made horrible decision after horrible decision, and then they sit there and they're like, we don't understand what's going on. We're so clueless. We don't get it. Because a lot of California is just a bunch of fucking celebrities that live in their own little world, and they're all staying at the Regent Beverly Wilshire and then acting like some tragedy just happened to them. I'm sorry, but I don't feel like, again, like I said, I feel bad in the sense that it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, doesn't matter how much money you have. If you have your home devastated in a fire, that's sad. And I'm sorry. But I don't feel bad in the sense that they do have places to stay and they do have enough money to get back on their feet and they do have resources. So I'm not really going to spend a lot of time and energy feeling bad for a celebrity. I'm not, especially because those same celebrities sat there and supported Biden and support Gavin Newsom and support open borders. So it's your fault. And I don't feel sorry for you because these things happened because of decisions that you made. You chose not to clean up the forest. You chose not to clean up debris. You chose to allow open borders, to allow people to come in to start fires. You wanted it. You welcomed it. You called everybody else a piece of shit and racist because they didn't want it. And now look what happened because of your dumb shit decision. I'm calling you a bunch of dumb shits. I am calling you that, and I don't feel sorry. If you're pro Gavin Newsom, you're an idiot. And you absolutely deserve every single thing that's happening to you. If that makes me lose listeners, so be it. If you live in a country that is wrought with corruption, but you are all for it, and you still don't see how bad they are, that's your problem. Now, if you live in those same countries and you're not for that and you want nothing more than to get out of your country because it's unsafe, I feel bad for you. It's not fair that you have to live in a country that other people have made choices for you, and you're having to suffer the consequences of choices that other people made. I don't know. I can say that I'm just tired of people bashing America. If you're from another country and you bash America all the time, shut the fuck up. Because you're going to turn around one day and be like, oh my God, the bullies are coming after us. America, we need your military. America, we need your money. What if we flipped you off and said, no, remember how you said you hate us? That's what we should do. Clean up your own fucking messes. Deal with your own consequences. Have accountability for your stupidity. I'm sick and tired of America cleaning up other people's messes and not getting anything out of it, except for still having people call us pieces of shit. Again, I'm sorry to keep saying this, but France does nothing but call Americans pieces of shit until they need us. What does France contribute? What does the UK contribute to the world? What? Nothing. What's Canada doing? Maple syrup? Thanks, Canada. Thanks for your syrup. I mean, seriously, it's annoying. If you're from a country that has crap economy and a bunch of crime, then shut up. You don't have room to talk. Honestly, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the hypocrisy. I'm tired of hypocrisy. I'm tired of bullies. I've never tolerated bullies. I'm one that in school, if somebody got bullied, I went up to the bully and I was like, not today. I will fucking take you on. I don't care if you're 10 foot tall. If you're a bully, I will take you on. I'm not scared, never have been, never will be. If I see injustice going on, I'm going to stand up for it. That's how I've always been. It's how I always will be. I don't get scared of things like that. I don't get scared of speaking my mind. I don't get pushed around. Don't fucking try to bully me because it is not going to work. You're wasting your time. I don't care if you like me. Never have. Again, I'm an only child that grew up a latchkey kid, grew up by myself. I could not care less what people think of me. Do I want to be a good person? Yes. Do I strive to be a good person? Yes. Do I prefer it if people like me? Yes. Do I prefer to make friends and not enemies? Yes. I 100% prefer harmony and to get along and to be peaceful. I want to help people. I love helping people. I love doing everything I can to help the underdog, especially. But I'm also going to tell you my opinion if you ask for it. And if it hurts your feelings, well, get a backbone. Take your pacifier out, take your diaper off, and grow up. If you can't handle life, then you have a problem. Again, Darwin needs to take over for those that can't handle life. If you stay home all the time and you can't work because, oh, I can't work because my thumb hurts, shut the fuck up. Get to work. Why does everybody else have to pull your weight? I'm so tired of lazy people making everybody else pull their weight. I'm tired of moochy people that want to stay home and contribute absolutely zero to society and continue to whine about how bad people are or how bad their life is or how bad their country is when they're mooching off those same people that they hate, when they're getting money and help and resources from that same country and those same people that they claim to hate. If you hate America, get the fuck out. If you think that everybody's so bad, then why are you getting help? Why are you accepting help from those same people that you hate? Why aren't you working? What are you doing for the world? What are you doing for your family? What are you doing for yourself? Just sitting home, watching TV, eating Doritos? You're useless. You're a waste of space. Again, I'm not talking about people that have actual disabilities. I'm not talking about people that are staying home because they are parents that are home with kids and they're staying home with their children to provide for their children. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people that claim disability that don't have a disability. If you're fat, that's not a disability. That's on you. It's because you need to lose weight. Lose fucking weight. If your knees hurt, lose weight. If your back hurts, lose weight. That's not a disability. That's an eating problem. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to be nice. People have had it too long. For the last 4 years, fat people getting told that, oh, it's okay. We're body shaming you if we say you're overweight. No, it's just that it's a fact. You're overweight, and overweight comes with a lot of health issues. It's not a good thing to be overweight. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're an ugly person. It doesn't mean that you're not a worthy person or that you're not a good person. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying you're not beautiful. I'm not saying you're not a good person, but I'm saying that you're fat. And if your back and your knees hurt, it's because you're overweight. And I'm not going to promote that. And I'm not going to shoot sugar up your ass and tell you, and sing zippity doo dah and tell you that it just shouldn't be considered body shaming if a doctor says, you know what, you're 100 pounds overweight and you need to lose weight. That's a doctor's job. It's not a doctor's job to tell you how pretty and great you are. That's your partner's job. That's your spouse's job. That's your parents' job. And actually, it isn't your spouse's or partner's job. Actually, they should also be saying, you know what, you're 100 pounds overweight and that's not healthy. And I love you and I care about you and I want you to be around for a long time. I want you to be on this earth for a long time. So it's healthy for you to lose weight. It's not a disability that you can't work because you're fat. Sorry. And speaking of that, I'm getting really tired of skinny shaming. If one more fucking person tells me, oh, it must be nice to be skinny. It is. It's fucking fantastic and you should try it. I've earned being skinny. I don't sit around all day stuffing my face full of shit food, and I don't sit around not exercising and not doing anything. I'm not skinny because I just woke up one day and I could eat every single thing on earth and stay fit. I'm fit because I've worked for it, and it's really, really shitty, and it takes away from those that actually work on being fit and healthy. It's not fair for people that actually take their time and energy to care about their health. It's a lot of work. And for some people, it's a lot more work than others. It takes a lot of their time and their energy, and it takes a lot of mental, like they have to, what word am I looking for? Like they have to constantly make it, like if they don't want to, if they're exhausted, if they really, really, really want to eat sweets and they really want to indulge in bad food and they really don't feel like working out and they're really exhausted and they have all these excuses to eat unhealthy and to not work out, but they still make the choice to work out. They still make the choice to eat healthy. Why are you shaming them? It is great to be skinny. And the fact that you're not, don't make me feel bad that you're not skinny. And then they're like, it's a medical condition. No, it's fucking not. There's 2% of the population that has a genuine medical condition that makes it where it is almost impossible to lose weight. Almost. Not impossible. Not impossible. Almost. 2%. So what the fuck is the 98% of the rest of you doing? Making excuses, because that's what the world has come to now. Excuses for bad behavior, excuses for bad choices, excuses for being fat. You don't have an excuse for being fat. You don't. There is not an excuse unless you're the 2% of the population. It is your fault. Maybe it's super difficult for you, and that sucks, and I'm sorry. I was blessed with a decent metabolism. I do have that on my side. I was blessed with a metabolism that makes it where I don't have to work out as hard as some people. I can eat a little shittier than some people. But I cannot sit around and not exercise at all or eat whatever I want without gaining weight. I still have to keep myself fit. So the fact that I make better choices than you means that I should get rewarded. Just like when someone tries to get into the Olympics, and then they finally make it to the Olympics and they got there because they had years and years of massive hard work and sacrifice. They deserve that gold medal. They deserve it. They've earned it. When someone gets a position and they get a promotion because they've worked harder than someone else, because they put more hours and time and energy than someone else, they deserve that, not you. You don't deserve it. Participation awards are bullshit. Who fucking cares that you participated? Great. Good for you. So you know what you get? A pat on the head. Good job. You don't deserve a gold medal. You don't deserve a promotion for participating. You don't deserve a trophy. You don't get to be skinny because you want to be skinny or because you skinny shame others. And yes, there is skinny shaming. There is. People assume that I'm on drugs or anorexic, and that's really shitty. You assume that I'm a drug addict because I'm skinny. You assume I'm anorexic. And if I were anorexic, do you think you should be making fun of an anorexic person or putting down an anorexic person? That's horrible. But you don't want people to make fun of you. It's hypocrisy. You don't get to go around skinny shaming because you're fat. Do something about it. Lose weight and shut the fuck up, honestly. If someone got a promotion over you, now, again, if that person got a promotion for a bullshit reason, if it was a genuine bullshit reason, be pissed about it. Do something about it. Find a solution about it. But if that person worked harder than you, then shut the fuck up. Work harder next time. Do more. If someone got first place and you're going to cry about it, shut the fuck up. Work harder next time. I'm tired of it. If you want something and someone else got it, be happy for them. And next time, figure out how you can get first place, how you can lose weight, how you can get a promotion. Don't be mad at somebody else. Don't sit there and go, oh, it's 'cause they're white. It's 'cause they're a man. No, maybe it's just 'cause you're a piece of garbage. Maybe it's 'cause people are tired of listening to you. And maybe it's 'cause you don't work hard. Maybe it's 'cause you didn't put in the time and energy. Not because someone is because of their race or their gender or because of their sexual orientation. Quit using that. Maybe it's because you make excuses for yourself and people are sick of it. Maybe you should stop making excuses and grow up. Again, take the pacifier out of your mouth, remove the stick out of your ass, and grow up. You could probably walk a little taller and a little straighter if you take the stick out of your ass. I'm just tired. I'm tired of what this world has become, and I cannot wait for Trump to get in office 5 more days. And again, it's not like the world is suddenly going to change in 5 days because he has so much destruction. The Biden administration has absolutely been the worst. This is a fact. A fact. So don't sit there and, well, no, yes. Shut up again. Shut up. Everybody is tired of you. No one is going to tolerate this anymore. No one's going to put on a mask anymore. No one's going to sit down and comply anymore. No one's going to be put in a corner anymore and bullied anymore. People are going to come out swinging now. And you don't get to go, oh my God, he's being mean to me. Shut the fuck up. You've been bullying people and suppressing people for 4. Shut the motherfuck up. Seriously. God, I'm sorry. I'm so fired up right now. I'm sorry. I'm cussing a lot. I'm fired up, but that's what's on my mind. That's what's keeping me awake. These are the things keeping me awake. Anyway, thank you. I know I'm going crazy. I understand, but there's a lot going on in the world, and man, I'm fired up. If you're fired up, I get it. You have a right to be. We should be fired up because the things that have been allowed to happen in the last 4 years, we should be fired up about. And it's so nice to know that in 5 days, this insanely horrific, murderous administration will be gone. The murderers will be gone. You are murderers. I'm going to keep saying that. Murderers. The left and the people that supported the Biden administration, you are a bunch of murderers and you have blood on your hands. And you should let that follow you around and feel guilty forever. That's how I feel. Anyway, on a different note, to those of you that are still listening, I appreciate you. And again, if you live in France, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your government. If you live in Canada, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your government. And again, if you believe in your government and you think that your government has made good choices, well, then I am talking about you. Then I do think you're a piece of crap. Just like I think Republicans that have said and done inexcusable things, they're pieces of anybody that is in support of chaos and destruction and harming people, no matter what their political affiliation is or their gender or their sexual orientation is. I'm not for that. I'm not pro that. I don't care if you're a Republican. I'm not going to be pro you being a bully. So to those of you that are still listening, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody, no matter if you're a liberal. Again, most of my friends are liberals. I love them to death. Nothing against anybody that's a liberal or a Democrat. I said this over and over. I am against those that are pro-destruction, pro-bullying, that are pro-harming others, that are pro-censorship, that are pro-taking away our rights. Those are the people I'm against. I'm against racism. I'm against bigotry. I'm against destruction. I'm against bullying. I'm against hate, no matter whose mouth it's coming out of, no matter what country it's coming from. So if you're one of those people, I am against you. But as far as countries go, I want to go to Russia. I think Russia looks awesome. And again, I love their language. I don't care that who runs Russia. I've met a lot of people from Russia that seem like amazing people, and I'm pretty sure they're not into who runs their country either. There are people from Canada and France that I've met that are good people, and they don't like how their countries are ran. I've met people from Australia. They don't like how their countries are ran. I've met Black people, liberals, white people, Asians, people from all races, all genders, all genders. There are two genders, but I'd have nothing against any of that. I just am tired of those that are pro destruction and pro terrorism and sex trafficking and open borders and all of that. So thank you for listening. If you're from a country like Canada and France that I'm always constantly saying that I don't like how their countries are ran, you know it. If you live there and you're listening to my podcast, you know what it's like. You clearly agree with me. And I'm sorry that you're dealing with it. I'm sorry that you live in a beautiful country. Canada is gorgeous. France seems gorgeous. I've only been to Paris, but it looks beautiful. Australia looks cooler than shit. There's a lot of countries out there. Russia seems cool, but their countries aren't ran great. China seems cool and beautiful, but their countries aren't ran great. I've been to Hong Kong and I freaking love it. The people in Hong Kong are so amazing. I want to go to Hong Kong again when I have more time because the people in Hong Kong, shout out to Hong Kong. God, I want to go there again. Never in my life have I met such amazing people. If you haven't gone to Hong Kong and you have the means to do so, do it because you will be overwhelmed by the compassionate, amazing people that live in Hong Kong. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. It means the absolute world to me. I genuinely cannot convey how much I appreciate you. It means the world to me. Keep doing it. Make it part of your day. Tell everybody. Say, hey, there's this batshit crazy person who cusses a lot and gets fired up and says a lot of stuff. You should check her out. Anyway, thank you so much. Until next time.